Hi there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel and welcome to Mixed Media Mayhem. Today, the recipe that we are using is stars, glitter, and black ink. So I am going to be using several of these products. I was going to use that chipboard. It doesn't make the cut, but I do use a frame out of this Gardenia set of frames from 49 Market. I'm using a couple of stamps out of this older paper tray ink stamp set. This is a 2010 hot off the press stamp set. I'm going to use that. I've got a Kelly Perky planner stamp set that is for celebrations like New Year's. I'm going to use that. I have this piece of paper from Santoro. And the girl on the paper is getting covered up. This is a graduation photo. I also have this little grad card that I made at a make and take type deal, and it's to hold a gift card. The photo's from 2020. I didn't need a gift card for any grads this year, and so I thought I'll go ahead and cut that up and use it in my layout. I'm using my tearing guides from Some Assemblage Required, pardon me. And just tearing a piece of white paper down the side and using the ink that is on my brush to brush a little bit of color and kind of dirty up that paper just a tad bit. I'm going to use some Ranger archival ink and use this large clock stamp that was in that stamp set from 2010. I know it's super old, you guys. I think I might have gotten it from MK. I'm not 100% sure. It's not something that I purchased, but I've never used it before, so I thought I better use this. I've only had it for, I don't know, a handful of years. Not since 2010, that's for sure. I got it secondhand, and I am going to use a couple of the other clocky type stamps off of it. Now, I might have also got this at a flea market type of a scrapbooking flea market, not a regular flea market. And so I'm not really 100% sure. It doesn't have any labels on it other than what I showed you at the beginning there. But any stamp set would do, any clocky type stamp set. Clocky, is that a word? Anyway, this stamp set does come with some words that says, say like time to celebrate. And there is one about graduate as well. And I'm going to use those on this paper. I'm kind of making my own bit of background paper for this side panel. And I'm liking the way that it's going together so far. It's definitely not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. The images are not perfectly stamped. They're not lined up. I didn't measure anything. I just kind of played it by ear and did what I felt looked like it would work out okay. So this is going to definitely fit the bill, oh my goodness, for the black ink portion of the recipe for Mixed Media Mayhem. While I go ahead and stamp that, I'll let you know that there is a Facebook group for Mixed Media Mayhem, and the recipes are posted in advance, so you can go and play along if that is something of interest to you. You can post your layouts or whatever you happen to make. If I don't know, maybe you're making a card or something like that. You can post those in the group as well and share them with everyone. And I will put the link to that Facebook group in my description box down below, as well as the products that are still available to purchase, which is definitely not any of these stamps. Pardon me, you guys. Still getting over the cough from being sick. So stamps are definitely not available. They're all old. The ones from Paper Tray Ink, one says, "Oh, the places you'll go," and the other one says, "Follow your dreams, graduate." I thought those were perfect for this particular photo. The photo is of one of my sister's boys, and they graduated in 2020, so I will be doing the other one's layout at some point. I don't really have it on the schedule quite yet, but I thought this was a great one for using black and glitter and black ink, glitter, and stars. And so definitely going to get those on this particular layout, and I really like the way that it ends up coming out. So I'm just going to keep stamping bits and pieces here. This little tiny stamp that I'm using is from the Callie Perky set, and it just has like a celebratory ribbon and stars, and I just stamped that around to kind of give it a little bit of a celebratory look, and it's super tiny, so it's very subtle. I'm going to cut this card in half so that I definitely have it on either side of his photo. I didn't want to use any gold thickers that I might have in my stash, because the gold on that card is very yellow. It was one that came with this little make and take, and it just says "Yay You." I thought that was super cute, so I'm going to go ahead and use that. I am also using some black soot distress ink through this awesome stencil that I got from MK's shop over at Some Assemblage Required. This is an all and create stencil. I don't know, I think this might have been in the monthly box. Yeah, it was in the June box. She does an embellishment box full of all kinds of goodies, and it came with this particular stencil, and I really liked it, so I thought I would use that. It's going to fit the bill for the stars, and all of those little tiny dots are actually tiny stars as well. I thought that was really cute. So I am going back and forth between a pouncer and the brush. I'm trying to see which one's going to give me a better, cleaner image, and just kind of playing with it that way and figuring it out. I've not used my pouncers a whole lot, and I wasn't sure if they would actually go through those tiny stars. They give a great crisp image in the larger stars. The little stars, they didn't quite get in enough, so that's why I went back over it with the brush. Now, I've already got some glitter on the layout with that gold saying that says "Yay You," but I am going to put some additional glitter on this layout. And I apologize again, I'm just really trying not to cough, you guys. I am going to use some Stickles Solar Flare and go over that stenciled area with some gold and kind of just make it a little bit more sparkly. And then I did pull out some antique linen distress ink, and I'm just going around the edges to kind of grunge up the paper a little bit more. I don't want it quite as perfectly white as it is, and I think that looks a lot better. It kind of goes with that background paper much better than it had before I did that. So here's where I'm going to go ahead and use my stencil again, and I'm using the Stickles in Solar Flare, and there are actually stars in that Stickles as well, so now I've got more stars on this layout, and I'm not super concerned with being 100% coverage of all of the stars that were already put down with the black ink. I just wanted some of those stars to have some sparkle, so I went ahead and just added it through the stencil as best I could, and I'm happy with the way that came out. So I'm using one of those frames from the 49 Market Spectrum Gardenia collection, just tucking it behind my photo here, and I'm going to go ahead and lay all of that down. Now, in case it's hard to tell on your screen, if you're watching on a small screen, that black paper actually has little graduation caps on it. So that is what the pattern is. I know on my screen where I'm voicing it over, it's very hard for me to see that, so I didn't know if it was hard for you as well. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of that Stickles glitter gel on to this black star that I die cut. You can see the pink dies over on the right hand side. Those are from Dress My Craft or Dress Your Craft. And I don't know if those are available any longer or not, but I will put a link down below if they are. And then I'm going to wait for that to dry, but I'm going to tuck that in, so I only did the portion that I need. No need to waste the mixed media on the portion that's going to get covered up. But I did decide I need another one of these clock stamps. Excuse me, clock stamps. And I'm going to ink it up as well with some more of that antique linen, just so it's not quite the bright white. And I'm going to tuck that in up in this upper left hand corner to kind of give you a bit of a visual triangle with all of those clocks. And I'm liking how that's going together, bringing in this star. Now I'm holding it with my tweezers because it is still wet in a couple of spots, but I am just auditioning which direction I want it to go in so that I can work on continuing to plan out my layout the best way that works with all of the things that I want to use. Now, I wasn't really sure what else I was going to put on this layout at this point in time. I did rule out that barcode chipboard that was from Dusty Attic, which I also got from MK's shop, some assemblage required. It just didn't feel like it was quite right for this particular layout. So I'm just going to leave that off. I did feel like I need a little place to do a little bit of writing and put a title. So I just took a 6.5 by 4.5 inch piece of white paper, which is actually from the Hobby Lobby photo mats that I buy. I just buy the 100 pack of them. And I feel like it saves me from cutting into 12 by 12 paper quite often when I want to back a photo or something like what I'm doing here. And so I'm going to tuck that in. That's going to be a little bit of a journaling spot. And I am also going to put another title down at the bottom that just says graduate. Now I know I have the Yay You on there. There's already the 2020 in the photo. But I thought it would just be a nice way to finish it off. Although I am out of A's, so I'm using upside down V's for my A's. I'm also out of a T, so I'm going to use an L flipped upside down and the top of an F to finish off that T so that I can make the entire word. I'm trying to use up my thickers and go back to using my dyes, but I realized my thickers were just in my stash and not getting used, and so I'm kind of going back and forth between them. That is it, you guys. I wrote a little bit of journaling in the on that white paper, and I'm calling it done. Thank you so much for watching. I will put a link to the playlist for Mixed Media Mayhem down below so you can check out everyone else playing along. Don't forget to visit the Facebook group and hit that like and subscribe button if you are interested in seeing more from my channel. I really appreciate you guys spending time with me today, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.